First pitch fastball from Roy Oswalt is taken by Ryan Spilborghs. Strike one and the game is underway. Roy always a quick worker, getting this game going and getting in front of Spilborghs, a .269 hitter. Now this one, a fly ball to right field, caught by Hunter Pence. And Roy Oswalt right out of the gate gets out number one.
He's got an out and it's not even 7:05 yet.
Southwest Airlines shows you the Rockies batting order. It's Ryan Spilborghs, Clint Barmas, Todd Helton, Garrett Atkins, Brad Hoff, Seth Smith, Troy Tulowitzki, Yorvik Torrealba, Aaron Cook. Beautiful night in Houston. Oswalt works to Clint Barmas now, the second baseman. Roy 1-2 with a 4.62 ERA. And yes, he has one win in his first 11 starts. And he's been getting tons of no decisions this year, JD.
Yeah. 8 no decisions in his last 9 starts. And he's working very quickly tonight, as he always does. But I think that's part of his MO here, to just try to stay on the attack. See if he can establish a breaking pitch a little bit earlier in this game.
It's a fair ball up the left field line into the corner. Extra bases for Clint Barmas. And he will check in with double number 11 of the season. And Todd Helton comes up with a man in scoring position.
And Roy 1-2, as you saw, with a 4.62 ERA. Everybody speculating what's wrong with Roy. And really, when you break it down, it's just like any other pitcher. It's just mostly his fastball command has not been as sharp. He's made a lot of mistakes out over the plate and up. And the breaking pitch has been a little bit inconsistent for him, too. So when he has struggled locating his fastball, he hasn't been able to go to that plan B and mix in more breaking balls. The good news is his arm is still good. He's throwing 95, 96 miles an hour with the heater, so there's nothing physical going on with Roy.
Runner at second. They confer here as Pudge goes out. And there's your Astros defensive unit, JD.
Now Leaborn and Pence in the outfield again. Keppinger and Tejada man the left side. On the right side it's Masonette and Lance Berkman. Pudge catches Roy Oswalt.
Todd Helton, a .314 hitter, coming off a big May with 33 hits in the month. Strike one to Helton. He has 6 homers, 33 runs batted in. It's the most hits he's had in a month since September of '07. But he had a rough time on the Rockies homestand, going 2 for 20. Rockies went 2 and 4 on that homestand and changed managers. Clint Hurdle out, Jim Tracy in. 1 ball, 1 strike, and over the weekend they won 2 of 3 under Tracy.
Well, Jim ought to renegotiate.
Helton is 5 for 22 against Oswalt in his career. Helton bounces one to third. Runner broke, and now he goes back as Keppinger takes care of out number 2. Barmas headed for third, then jammed on the brakes. And
I don't know where he thought he was going. It was like he had a brain cramp. Maybe he thought there were 2 outs. This ball hit right at the third baseman. There's nowhere for him to go, and Keppinger might have had a shot at him, but decided to take the sure out.
He almost got caught. Now it's Garrett Atkins. Garrett Atkins trying to get it going this season. 194, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in, a .270 on base percentage for a guy who's been a good run producer for the Rockies.
Yeah, he's led them in RBIs 3 of the last 4 years. Really continues to struggle. He's punched out 25 times. Just not making enough contact.
And he looks at that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Randy Marsh is the home plate umpire. Roy Oswalt 6-1 lifetime against the Rockies with a 1.84 ERA. Glittering numbers, and he's facing a guy in Atkins who snapped an 0 for 25 stretch when the Astros were in Colorado May 14th. It's 1-2.
And not surprisingly, when you look at the Rocky hitters individually against Roy, they haven't done much. And Brownie mentioned Helton hitting .227. Atkins is 2 out of 13. That's a .154.
Jim Tracy managed at Pittsburgh and Los Angeles. He was the bench coach, and he said, hey, if Clint Hurdle hadn't called me, I wouldn't even be here. He said, I felt bad about it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But he said, I'm very happy to be in Houston now because of all the furor. The managerial change was made. And it's the start of an 11-game road trip for the Rockies. They go to St. Louis for 4 and Milwaukee for 3 after this 4-game series. Strike 3. Oswalt negotiates the first inning. After a 1-out double against Helton and Atkins, no score. Astros baseball on Fox Sports Houston is brought to you by Bush, by your Texas Ford dealers, by Jack in the Box, by the Progressive Insurance Group, and by Southwest Airlines. Starting lineup for Cecil Cooper's Houston Astros, who are 20 and 28, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Michael Bourne center field, Miguel Tejada shortstop, Hunter Pence right field, Carlos Lee left field, Lance Berkman first base, Pud Rodriguez catcher, Jeff Keppinger third base, Edwin Mason at second base, Roy Oswalt pitcher. Cook delivers, strike 1 to Michael Bourne.
Delivers a good sinking fastball over the plate on the knees, and that's his game. Good sinker.
Bourne came in late yesterday in the 9th inning, but it was mostly a rest for him. 1 ball, 1 strike after playing a lot of baseball. 287, 1 homer, 12 runs batted in. Broken bat liner into center field. And he is now 9 for 16 against the Rockies this year.
We'll take a peek at the numbers on the veteran Aaron Cook. He's 30 years of age. An all-star last year, winning 16 games. This season he's 3-2 through 10 starts with a 4.82 ERA. He's not a big strikeout guy. He's struck out just 26 while walking 24. League gets 277 against him.
Miguel Tejada, a sizzling Tejada on a 14-game hitting streak. Hitting .439 during those 14 games. That's the longest streak on the Astros this year. Tied for the second longest active in the majors. Only Ichiro has a longer streak going right now. Tejada ripped through the month of May with a .380 batting average. 5 homers, 25 runs batted in.
So the key was to let Roy know that we flipped the calendar to June, but don't clue Miggy in on that.
Yeah, that's
true. As far as Miggy's concerned, today is May 32nd.
Yeah, that sounds good. The way he's been swinging the bat, hitting just about every type of pitch everywhere in and out of the strike zone. There's strike 1. He's hitting .350. That's the second best average in the National League right now.
Imagine Yorvit Torrealba gulped when Michael Bourne reached.
Yeah.
Yorvit hasn't thrown anybody out yet this year trying to steal. He's 0 for 21.
Hunter Pence on deck. Cook, and it's off the mitt of Torrealba, but Bourne didn't go. And so a golden opportunity wasted there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
There's no statistic for failure to advance, but Michael obviously a little sheepish down there at first base, realizes he let one get away. He just obviously took his eye off the ball, didn't see it. He can get away from Torrealba. So he's going to be looking to take that bag now, I bet.
1-1. Tejada had the fourth best average in May in the National League at 380. Throw over to first. Torrealba 0 for 21, and the guy who's doing most of the catching, Chris Iannetta, is on the disabled list right now with a hamstring injury. Rockies overall have allowed 39 steals in 49 attempts. The Astros were 5 for 5 against them in Colorado. Bourne drawing a throw.
You know, Miggy hits the ball on the ground a lot. Gets into a lot of double plays, and with Cook featuring that sinker, it's just a matter of time before Michael breaks it. You like to get into a favorable count situation, but if you got the way Miggy's been swinging it, you'd like to get into scoring position sooner rather than later, too.
In tight, and it's 2-1. Cook lost to the Dodgers Tuesday in his last start, 7-1. He gave up 4 earned runs in 6 innings.
Take a peek at the Rockies defensively tonight. Seth Smith in left, Ryan Spilborg's in center tonight. Dexter Fowler with the night off. Brad Hopp can really throw. He's in right. Atkins Tulowitzki has played great shortstop. Farmas and Helton round out the right side, and Torrealba catches Aaron Cook.
Cook is from Fort Campbell, Kentucky, a second-round pick in '97 by the Rockies. Bourne's going, and the ball is fouled. It's 2-2. So the Astros can't get things coordinated to get Bourne to second so far.
Now, I don't think that was a hit and run. I think a straight steal, but I think Miggy was going to try to take advantage of the situation. It looked like he was trying to shoot it through the right side with Barmas, the second baseman, covering. It was wide open for him.
Astros fans well remember Aaron Cook giving up Craig Biggio's 3,000th hit, but in Cook's career at Minute Maid Park, he's 3-0 with a 2.37 ERA. And his career overall against the Astros, 4-0 with a 3.57 earned run average for this 30-year-old right-hander. He's won 55 Major League games, losing 46. Bourne's going again. There's the throw. It's right there, and out is the call. Tejada taking ball 3, and Torrealba gets his first of the year after 21 straight steals against him.
Yeah, he gets the league leader. How about that? 0 for 21, and then all that hard work that Cook did, keeping Michael close with those pickoff throws, pays off. Tightens up the lead a little bit. Nothing going on at home plate, and a good, solid throw by Torrealba. And that inability to advance on the pass ball really hurts.
Barmas with the tag. Now the bouncer slowly hit, fielded by Atkins. Takes care of out number 2 for Aaron Cook. And it's Hunter Pence. Tonight's the first night of Hunter's Lodge in right field, a special seating section. Only $30. Fans receive a field level seat in section 133 or 134. Behind where Hunter plays in right field. They get an exclusive Hunter Pence t-shirt, an automatic entry into a monthly drawing for an Astros gift pack. And Hunter would love to oblige those fans. We understand those t-shirts given away tonight are Hunter green.
Yeah, I can see some people down there waving towels or something. There's green shirted folks down there.
Strike to Hunter. His batting average is the 4th best in the league, 341. He has 5 homers, 19 runs batted in. So why not a special section for a guy who's already compiled 60 base hits? That's 7th in the league. He hit 388 in May. Cook misses with that one, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Astros won 2 of 3 at Coors Field a couple of weeks ago. There's the Hunter green shirt.
No, that's just a cool guy.
Okay. That's a different green shirt. Well, he needs the sunglasses right now. The sun is shining out in that direction and won't be going down for a while, so he came prepared. 2 balls and a strike. Hunter's a .368 career hitter against the Rockies. Lately, he has really been on it. 3-1. He got robbed yesterday. Hit a bullet up the middle to the left of Jack Wilson. Made a diving stop. Got it on 1 bounce and started a double play in the 7th inning. Hunter going 1 for 4 in that game. Fouls it back. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Expanded his strike zone a little bit, but that's okay. On 3-1, You got 2 outs, nobody on. You're looking to inflict some damage, get an extra base hit. You want to be aggressive there.
Hunter's hit .367 against right-handed pitching. That's second in the league. He draws a walk. That's his 25th of the year, and that matches the number of strikeouts he has. He's on for Carlos Lee.
Just a good at bat there. Took a good aggressive hack on the 3-1 pitch, and then with the count running full, more patient approach and laid off that sinker out of the zone.
Carlos at .308 with 8 homers has 29 runs batted in, a .358 on base average. He has started every Astros game this season. He's been in an RBI drought. Quick throw to first. Hunter diving back in. No runs batted in for 13 games, covering 56 plate appearances for El Caballo. That's the longest stretch of plate appearances without an RBI since 01 for him, second longest of his career. Another quick move to first by Aaron Cook. Hunter with 5 steals in 9 attempts this year. Todd Helton and the Rockies have had rough sledding here at Minute Maid Park. The Astros are 21-7 here against the Rocks. That's strike 1 to El Caballo.
Aaron Cook, a guy on certain nights, can really simplify it. If he's got the good movement on his sinker, he doesn't have to do much else and shoot that ball for the middle of the plate and just let its movement do its thing. And right now it looks like he does have that great movement working.
Foul back, no balls, 2 strikes to Carlos Lee, who hit .349 in May with 3 homers and a dozen runs batted in. The Astros won a 2-1 ball game yesterday, getting an unearned run in the 7th inning to beat the Pirates. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes with Lance Berkman on deck. So the Astros went 11-15 for the month of May. And they're in 6th place in the NL Central, 9 games back. Starting play today.
See, your glass is half full kind of guy. Some people would say last place, but you said 6th place.
Yeah. It's only temporary. Roller goes foul.
Sounds a lot better.
It's the only 6-team division in Major League Baseball. There's a lot of familiarity. The Astros 11-21 in the NL Central. They'll be playing the Pirates this weekend here, and then the Cubs next week. Their 21-7 mark here against the Rockies is their best against any opponent at Minute Maid Park. Cook spins the curveball, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cook was 16-9 a year ago, as JD mentioned, an all-star. That was his best season for victories in the majors. Worked 211 innings last season. Bouncer goes foul. Still 2-2 as Lee continues to battle. 21 pitches so far for Aaron Cook.
Yeah, muggy night here, so could really pay off. Oswalt had a fairly quick first, very efficient. Cook having to work to get the Astros here in the bottom half. Fastball, slider, curveball for Cook. He really doesn't throw too many changeups.
Up the middle and into center. Hunter Pence will hold at second base. As Spilborghs gets to the ball on a single by Lee. First and second now. 2 outs for Lance Berkman.
Good tough at bat by Carlos after falling behind in the count 0-2. Now an opportunity for the Puma. You saw the morning paper. He was talking about this move down to the 5-hole and said, you know what? Should provide me with some more RBI opportunities.
Yeah, he admitted that he hasn't done much in these situations this year, but he said every hitter likes to come up there with men in scoring position. Lance at .230 with 10 homers has driven in 29. He gets a 2-out opportunity here with Pence at second and Lee at first. Pledge Rodriguez on deck. Fouled away for strike 1. Lance hit .286 in May. Along with 5 homers, he drove in 19. After the worst April of his career, he was able to regroup in the last month. And he's hit .310 in his last 16 games with 13 runs batted in. Looks at that one for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sean Berry has returned to uniform tonight. He joined the club. And he's been given clearance to resume his duties as hitting coach, but he'll phase himself in, regain his strength. He is really happy to be back. Line shot by Tulowitzki. That'll score Hunter Pence for a 1-0 lead. Carlos Lee turning toward third. The ball is there well ahead of his arrival, and he is out number 3. An RBI single for Berkman. His 30th run batted in, and the Astros come away with 1 run on 3 hits. And a man left. After 1, it's 1-0 Houston.
Celebrating their 10 years in Minute Maid Park this season, and to honor some of the great moments in the ballpark, we present the 10-Year Bracket Challenge. Round 2 begins today with Brad Ausmus's final game homer. Of course, that was off Mike Hampton, versus the unforgettable and very emotional game-winning pinch hit by Jeff Bagwell back in 2002 on the day his friend and former teammate Darryl Kyle passed away. Just go to Astros.com to cast your vote today. Guys?
Thanks, Patty. Brad Hoff fouled a curveball for strike 1 here, opening the 2nd inning from Roy Oswalt. .348 for Hoff. He has the 3rd best average in the league. Had a big series against the Astros in Colorado. Another curveball, and he taps that one foul. He was 6 for 10 with a homer and 8 runs batted in when the Astros came to Coors Field 2 weeks ago, and those are his seasonal numbers. Hoff, a very important guy in the scheme of things. He had a nice homestand, going 7 for 12 for the Rockies. Fastball fouled away, keeps it at 0-2. Hoff is a .330 career hitter against Houston. See the lineup cards right there. Tom Runnels is the new bench coach, as you saw. Former Montreal Expos manager, 91. Strikeout number 2 for Oswalt. He was promoted from AAA Colorado Springs.
On June 10th, the Astros host the Cubs. If you're one of the first 10,000 fans, you'll receive a special 10th season T-shirt courtesy of the Methodist Heart Center. 1-877-9-ASTROS or Astros.com for tickets. A 10th season T-shirt.
Strike 1 from Oswalt to Seth Smith, a .256 hitter with 4 homers, 11 runs batted in. Smith, 26 years old, from Jackson, Mississippi, and the University of Mississippi. Eli Manning's backup for 3 years. He never took a snap. Grounded into right field. A hit for Seth Smith. Hit number 2 for the Rockies, and Troy Tulowitzki will follow. Rockies are 4th in the league in runs scored with 238. Tulowitzki has had a slow start. 226, 5 homers, 16 runs batted in. Had a big year in 07 with 24 homers, 99 driven in that year. He jammed on this one, pops it up Tejada's way into shallow left field. 2 outs.
It's that old line. He's pitching like he's double parked. Here we go, boys. Let's get it on.
That's what they said about Bob Gibson. Yorvit Torrealba was the backup to Iannetta. 241, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Now Paul Phillips is the other catcher on the club. Torrealba, 30 years old, had 236 at bats last year for the Rockies. He's from Caracas, Venezuela. Been in the big league since 01 with the Giants. A little bit with Seattle. Torrealba takes it, and it's strike 1 for Oswalt. Roy with 130 major league wins since he was promoted to the big leagues in 2001. No pitcher has more in that amount of time. Foul back, and it's 0-2 with Aaron Cook on deck. The O's Bros in force as usual when Roy pitches in this ballpark. They've hung up a couple of Ks so far.
Must have been out for a dog or something. Where are they all?
Yeah, they like to scatter around, mingle early in the game. Their intensity builds until later on.
Let's go, boys. Don't be bailing. Don't be front running just because Roy's only got 1 win. Don't be filling out that section when he's got about 14 in the second half.
Well, they've been spoiled by his success at Minute Maid Park, maybe. He's 73-23 here with a 2.73 ERA. So they usually go home very happy. Curveball makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last time out, Roy got a no decision at Cincinnati. 6 innings of work, 7 hits, 4 runs allowed. The Astros lost the game late, 6-4. He's walked 3 and fanned 19 in his last 3 starts. Foul ball, Hunter Pence over, and out of play for Hunter. The Rockies are 20-29. The Astros 20-28. It's a happy fellow. Jim Tracy said this is a good time for us to get things going on the road. Game 1 of an 11-game road trip. They're 11-15 away from home. Runner going, and that's foul.
Jim Tracy, who spent a little time in the minor leagues as a player with the Astros. He had a little big league time with the Cubs back in the early 80s. Most of his playing career, though, spent down in the minor leagues. Longtime minor league manager. Paid his dues. Very well respected around the game.
Hamilton, Ohio. Fans wanted that one. It's ball 3. A full count to Torrealba.
How do you not swing when you got 2 strikes on you?
Yeah, that's really close.
He's looking for that heater.
Rockies were 74-88 last year. Helton was their manager for 7 years plus a portion of this season. These 2 teams were 3-3 against each other last year. Runner going, and it's tapped foul. Rockies won 2 of 3 here at Minute Maid Park last season. That was the first time they've won a series at Minute Maid Park since it opened in 2000. Jim Tracy said figuring out the outfield playing time is one of his biggest challenges on this Rockies team. How to apportion it. A youngster like Dexter Fowler. That's ball 4, and now the pitcher comes up, Aaron Cook. Cook with 4 hits and 19 at bats carries a .211 average. He's driven in 2. Pretty good numbers. And he looks at strike 1.
Roy starting Aaron Cook with a breaking pitch That's pretty impressive, because that, to me, that signals an attempt to try to make an adjustment, to come off that fastball a little bit. He's lived and died with his fastball over the years, and getting hit around a little bit this year. I think he's searching a little bit, trying to find an answer, and maybe just making a little, throwing some more breaking balls on fastball counts, changing the look a little bit. Will serve him well, because I think for the most part, when hitters get together, teams go over Roy Oswalt in pregame scouting meetings. I think for the most part they say, hey, you're going to get a fastball to hit. Just be ready. Stay on that fastball. He threw Torrealba a 3-2 breaking ball, and then he just started Cook with a curveball.
No balls, 2 strikes to Cook. Bud Rodriguez in the dirt for that one, and it's 1-2. The Mets lead at Pittsburgh 5-3. They're in the middle of the 5th inning for Livan Hernandez and Ian Snell. Pirates will be here over the weekend. Mike Hampton coming up with a win yesterday with 7 innings of 3-hit 1-run baseball to beat Pittsburgh. Fouled away, so he will be expected to pitch Friday night in the opener of that series.
And 2 very well pitched games over the weekend in Pittsburgh. Brian Moeller on Friday, and then Hampy yesterday, and something the Astros have been searching for, those quality shutdown starts. They haven't had many of them.
1-2, 2 down, and Cook lunges at a curveball, and his strikeout victim number 3. No runs a hit. 2 men stranded. 1-0 Astros.
Ballpark, the Astros with the 1-0 lead over the Rockies as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. And coming up later in our Dodge Grab Life feature, Hunter Pence tells us about his favorite video game. Stay tuned, guys. Any guesses? Don't say Pong. I know what you're thinking.
Mrs. Pac-Man.
Don't say Atari. You're going to date yourself.
How about Guitar Hero? He's always on the video board doing.
JD, you're always up for a good guess. I'm going to keep you in suspense. You have to stand by.
Well, Patty, you probably already know this, but Hunter loves playing chess. He was playing chess on the airplane last night. A spirited match with Wade Robinson. Bud Rodriguez, 264, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. Has been teaming well with Humberto Quintero. Ground ball, Tulowitzki to his right. Big time arm for Tulowitzki. 1 pitch, 1 out for Aaron Cook.
Yeah, he's been playing an outstanding shortstop for the Rockies this year. They're pretty well set up the middle. Barmas, the former shortstop, gives you above average range over at second base. Atkins has struggled a little bit down at the hot corner.
Jeff Keppinger 293, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Has cooled off some. 236 in May, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in. He was torrid when he started with the Astros. And an 8-game hitting streak right out of the chute. There's ball 1 to Keppinger, getting a lot of playing time with the left hamstring strain to Jeff Blum recently. Cook sinks it, and Keppinger looks at it for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Edwin Masonette is on deck. Broken bat, liner over third base, and it's foul with a barrel winding up behind. Garrett Atkins there. Almost got him.
The way Atkins' season is going, he's probably surprised it didn't get him.
Yeah.
Cook that time elevating the fastball a little bit, so he didn't sink it because he was down on count 2-0. He had to throw it in the zone, but he elevated it, but it still had a real good run and got in on Keppinger. As a hitter, you're hoping for a little bit more on a 2-0 fastball than to shatter your bat.
2 balls and a strike with the Astros leading 1-0. Keppinger trying to reach for Masonette. Ground ball to short. Tulowitzki. 2 outs.
Tulowitzki, mechanically, when he throws, he reminds me of Sean Dunston back in the day with the Cubs. The way he really unloads with everything he's got.
Sure does. Puts every ounce of that arm into the throw. He does not ease off on his throws. Edwin Masonette has been on fire. A .450 hitter with 1 homer and 5 runs batted in. He has moved right in with this playing time with the injury to Kazuo Matsui at second base and capitalized on the opportunity. There's ball 1 to Masonette. 500 on base average, 700 slugging percentage for the native of Puerto Rico.
We must be good because got the Bambino hitting in the 8-hole.
He led off yesterday and he was 2 for 4, but he's been primarily batting 8th and just ripping the ball. 4 for 4 with a homer and 4 runs batted in that big game at Pittsburgh over the weekend. 1-2 to Edwin Masonette. That was the first time in his career he had batted leadoff yesterday, and he's coming off a road trip in which he was 9 for 17. Bounced up the middle. Tulowitzki spins, throws it on a hop. Helton digs it out. Spectacular play by the Rockies. And 6-3 for all 3 outs. But that one was superb. After 2, it is 1-0 Astros.
top of the third. Thursday, June 11th, 105 game with the Cubs in town. If you're one of the first 10,000 fans at the ballpark, you'll receive that nifty little Wizard of Oz, Roy Oswalt bobblehead, courtesy of Coca-Cola and Food Town. How about that? And also after that ball game, a concert from Green River Ordnance. 18779 Astros is the number. Check this guy out, the Wizard. It's the gnome. He's looking in for the sign and he's shaking yes. And no, he doesn't want it. Yeah, oh, sorry.
You can have some fun with that one.
He kind of looks like one of the dwarfs.
Fly ball near the right field line. Hunter Pence with a long run over. Now Edwin Masonette calls him off. He had the angle and it's out number one. Well, JD, you'll be playing with that for the rest of the night now.
Yeah, I'm just going to bobble his head every now and then.
So then Barmas doubled to left in the first inning. And he never was able to advance from there. Barmas had a big series against San Diego, going 6 for 13 over the weekend. Barmas has played a lot of shortstop earlier in his career. Ian Stewart, a left-handed hitting second baseman, on the bench tonight as Barmas looks at strike one. And fouls that one away. No balls, 2 strikes on Barmas, 30 years old, from Vincennes, Indiana, who went to Indiana State. Yankees 1, Indians 1, top of the 6th at Cleveland. Jabba Chamberlain versus Jeremy Sowers. Reaching forward, he taps in the hole. Tejada moving quickly, and the throw not in time. Barmas is 2 for 2, getting an infield hit.
Keep an eye on the Chick-fil-A foul poles. Anytime an Astro player hits one of the Chick-fil-A foul poles, fans from that game can take their ticket stub to any greater Houston area Chick-fil-A for a free Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Todd Helton. A little ground ball to third base, his first time up. Helton takes a fastball, and it's 1-0 to Todd. Helton, a first-round pick at 95. He's 35 years old now. Fly ball near the left field line. Keppinger trying the over-the-shoulder play, and didn't quite get there. 1 ball, 1 strike. He had a very difficult play to attempt there on the dead run with his back to the plate.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little help from the shortstop there, but with the double play in order, Miggy's pinching towards second base, so too far for him to go. Keppinger, the only real option, just ran out of time.
Helton's a .328 major league hitter for his career. 316 home runs for Todd. Runner starts off first, and then Barmas, after getting a look from Oswalt, headed back. He was jumping around.
And unlike some of the other Rocky hitters who really inflate their numbers at home and don't do much on the road, Helton has been very good on the road as well as at Coors Field.
Michael Bourne in center. 2 outs.
Not as good, obviously, but just a good line drive hitter.
Helton's hit .364 at Minute Maid Park in his career. Got his 2000th hit not too long ago. Been a very nice career for Todd. Now Garrett Atkins. Atkins struck out looking in the first. Atkins from UCLA, a 5th-round pick in 2000. Flares it toward right field. That will drop in for a hit in front of Hunter Pence. Barmas goes first to third on the looping single. And Brad Hopp will be batting.
Well, Helton hit his ball good, but he's out. Barmas hit a weak little ground ball to short, and Atkins just absolutely got knuckle whipped by this fastball. It's a little dying quail. Just bad fortune there for the Wizard, and you would think the Wizard I mean, this, we got the whole Wizard thing going with the bobblehead and the magic hat. You think you'd be able to do something about that? Cast a spell or something, make that ball stay in the air until Hunter could get there.
Brad Hopp struck out. Saw a couple of curveballs on the first 2 pitches of that at bat in the second inning. Fastball here to center field. Michael Bourne for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. 1-0 Astros in the third. By Aflac, by your Texas Ford dealers, by Reliant Energy, and by Southwest Airlines. Beautiful night. There's the home plate grill across from Minute Maid Park on Texas Avenue. Fans enjoying the evening, and it should be probably in the 70s by now, JD. Very comfortable.
Yeah, and it was real pretty this morning, and then around the cage during BP, it got pretty muggy.
Roy Oswalt leads it off here in the home third, taking strike 1.
But it is June in Houston, so we anticipate a little humidity. We're going to have humidity, these mountainous, dry-aired Rockies.
It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, it is quite a change for them in altitude. Those folks are up at a high altitude right now, watching from the roof deck. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beautiful view that they have down into the stadium this time of night. Especially gorgeous for them. And they're hoping to see the Wizard get on base. You saw his career batting average. It's always a thought of a big inning when the pitcher leads off the inning by reaching base. Little chop goes out toward the mound. Cook gets out number 1. Let's go to Patty Smith.
Well, guys, I'm out in Hunter's Lodge, as you were looking for it a little bit earlier. I found some of these guys out here. Hunter's Lodge, as you mentioned, is a new program that is starting tonight for $30. You can come out here. You got a great seat, a great view of Hunter Pence. You get some great T-shirts. You're entered for some contests for drawings for autographed balls. Guys, it's a pretty good little setup out here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. We got Hunter Pence right out here in right field. I mean, it's awesome just to come out here, get a T-shirt, get to support Hunter, and we just get to watch an awesome Astros game.
And, I'm thinking the shirts are really kind of a nice little fashion statement over there, Scott.
Yeah, I like the shirts. I'm kind of pulling for the camouflage or the flannel shirt. Go along with the Hunter's Lodge theme. So we'll see what we can do about that. But Hunter Green is okay for now.
Flannel, that would be really great tonight. Yeah, guys, I don't know about that, but it is a lot of fun out here. I encourage everyone, come on out here. You can do this. Go to the Astros website, astros.com. It's just a great new program that they have started from now through the end of the season, all home games, guys.
All right, thank you, Patty. Pitch inside to Michael Bourne. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike after he tried to bunt and fouled it. Michael singled up the middle on a broken bat liner in the center. Then he was thrown out trying to steal. Cook threads the inside corner and makes it 1-2.
And the Astros had a chance. They got 1 in the first, had a chance for a little more. couple of base running mistakes. Not the caught stealing by Michael, but when he didn't advance on that pass ball, and then Carlos trying to go first to third, running as if he were invisible. That ended the inning.
Cook gets a strikeout on the curve. That's number 1. 1-0 ball game. Cook versus Oswalt. Here it is.
Started the game throwing one sinker after another, and then as the game has moved along, he started to mix in more breaking balls, and he's got plus stuff. There are some sinker ballers that don't throw particularly hard, and they just rely on slopping that little sinker up there, but he's got a good arm. We've seen him reach 94 with the fastball and show a good tight breaking pitch.
Miguel Tejada bounced to third earlier. Takes strike 1 here. The Astros had the base running cycle, so to speak, Friday night in Pittsburgh, with runners thrown out at all bases. But they still won the game. Cook turns it into out number 3 and has a quick third inning. 1-0 Astros. To right in the second inning, advancing as far as second base. Fastball, strike 1 for Roy Oswalt in quest of win number 2. The Astros are 4-7 in Roy's 11 starts. Fouled away, no balls and 2 strikes. He's had a much lower ERA this season in the first 3 innings, 1.45. And for the 4th inning on, 7.76.
He's been victimized by the long ball and by the big inning so far this year. A number of games where he's been sailing along in command, and all of a sudden an inning will get away from him. Somebody hit a big 3-run homer, or they'll put a couple of long balls together.
In the dirt, it's 2-2. In his last 9 starts, he has only 1 decision. 1-0 with a 4.20 ERA.
Smith, not hitting for a real high average, but he really knows how to work a walk. Good strike zone judgment. Got an on-base percentage up over 400.
Inside, and it's now you're seeing it. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes as he exercises that strike zone judgment. Smith had only 108 major league at bats last year. Lines it off the glove of Tejada, who went airborne and on through into left center field for a Smith single. He's 2 for 2.
You show patience in that at bat. You have the reputation of being a guy who'll take a walk. You get pitches to hit and counts like that.
Aflac trivia on its way. Here's the question tonight. For whom did Lou Gehrig pinch hit to begin his consecutive game streak, which was 2,130? You got the duck?
Yeah, we're turning this into Pee Wee's Playhouse up here. I've got the duck. I've got the Wizard bobblehead.
Well, you mentioned Pee Wee. Now, do you know the answer is Pee Wee Waninger?
I do know that.
Okay, so that's why you dropped that clue on us. There's strike one to Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki popped the shortstop in the second.
Yeah. See, look, we got the. Yeah.
You got your toys going tonight.
Yeah, maturity just might be an issue here. I don't know.
JD's Playground here at Minute Maid Park. The triple goes foul and it's 0-2.
You got to be young at heart, Brownie.
Yeah.
It's a kid's game. We're just playing ball here, folks.
This is a long, long way from rocket science. Torrealba on deck.
There you go. Slather a little mustard on the dog. Put your uni on.
That's what we're talking about. Strike three. Tulowitzki caught looking. Strikeout number 4 for the Wizards.
Got life on that fastball again tonight. He's had a good fastball pretty much every start this year. That one well placed over the outer third. Randy Marsh punching him out. 96 with attitude. Bringing the noise.
Last start for Roy Oswalt was at Colorado last September. A one-hitter. Orvit Torrealba threw a walk on a 3-2 pitch in the second inning. Up and in, ball one. Roy's been popping fastball last few starts. It seems that he's been gaining velocity. And just riding the ball. Maybe just looks like he's gaining velocity.
His four-seamer is the one that you'll see more often in the 95, 96 mile an hour range. The two-seamer has more movement, but is not as hard a pitch. That's the one he tries to get run. That one, the last two, 91 and 92 miles an hour. Those are two-seam fastballs he's trying to get to run in on the right-handed hitter. And he found success last year, and after working with and talking with Lance Berkman a little bit. And then Lance went down and stood at home plate when he was having a side session down in the bullpen, and Lance said, I like that four-seamer. I'd like to do more of those.
It worked. 2 balls, 1 strike to Torrealba. Swing mode there.
That's pitching there, coming off the fastball. 2-0. And he just said something to Pudge here. He's going to let him know what he wants to throw. He doesn't want to have to wait.
Quick pace for Roy tonight. Cap foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aaron Cook is on deck. And that one-hitter Roy pitched at Colorado last September 6th. They got a lead-off single off Brad Hopp in the 5th inning, and then no more hits the rest of the night. At that point, he had a consecutive shutout inning streak of 23 1/3.
One-hit shutout in Coors Field. It's pretty amazing.
Yes, it is.
And almost threw the no-hitter there. But that ballpark, we've talked a lot about it over the years, and it's not just the long balls. As a matter of fact, it inflates batting average. I think it's more of a factor in terms of batting average and hits allowed than it is home runs, especially since they've gone to the humidor.
3-2 pitch coming with Smith leading off first. Off the end of the bat to right field. Hunter Pence back a few steps. 2 outs.
This Day in Astros history is brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center. 1987. Chale lofts a home run to the left in the top of the 10th inning off ex-Astro Frank DePino to beat the Cubs 6-5. KB also homered and drove in 4. That's Kevin Bass. All 5 Chicago runs come from the bat of Andre Dawson. He goes deep twice, but Dave Smith punches him out to end the ball game. That happened June 1st, 1987.
Good ball game for Chale. Aaron Cook's a batter and swinging at strike 1 there. We were telling the story of we were enjoying watching that playoff game in 1980 between the Astros and Phillies in the clubhouse in Pittsburgh. Astros players getting a look at Cheo's hitting style. And they were very attentive to that at bat.
I think that's the baseball channel has been running that. It was on again in the clubhouse today. The 80 series between the Astros and the Phillies.
Foul ball makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Saw a little snippet of an interview Howard Cosell did with Art Howe before the game, and Art was not happy that he wasn't in the lineup.
Was that the final game of that series?
Don't even know. I was in the clubhouse getting a cup of coffee and it was on.
Art Howe was being controversial?
No. He wanted to play.
Oh. I understand that. Strikeout looking. That's number 5 for the Wizards. No runs ahead. A man left. Middle of the 4th inning. Astros 1. Rockies nothing. For whom did Lou Gehrig pinch hit to begin his consecutive game streak? Our guest is Pee Wee Waninger. June 1st of 25, JD, on this very date.
Yeah, and then Pee Wee Waninger is the guy who replaced Everett Scott, and Lou Gehrig ended up breaking Everett Scott's record for playing every day. And of course, the next day, Lou was in the lineup in place of Wally Pipp because Wally had a headache. So everybody remembers Wally Pipp as being the guy that Lou replaced, but he started that streak the day before by pinch hitting for Pee Wee.
Otter Pence has scored the only run of this game. He drew a 2-out walk in the 1st inning. Scored on a Lance Berkman single. Lays off, and it's ball 1 to Hunter. Hunter now has been able to purchase a permanent residence in Houston. He's pretty fired up.
Now, Wally Pipp was a pretty good player.
Well, what did he do?
281 lifetime hitter. And about 15 years in the big leagues. You hear of him because of the Gehrig thing. It was a trivia question.
You had a headache that day, right?
Had a headache.
So the moral of the story is do not ask out of the lineup with a headache.
Yeah, that must have been a big headache.
That was fairly rare in those days. 2 balls and a strike. For all we know, he got beaned the day before. 3 balls and a strike to Hunter. This is the 3rd Cook-Oswalt matchup in history. Aaron beat Roy in 06 here at Houston 2-1. And both got a no decision in that Craig Biggio 3,000 hit game. Up the middle into center field for Hunter Pence. That's his 61st hit of the year. Our Texas Ford Dealers League leaders will show you a couple of Astros in the top 10 in the National League in batting average. Carlos Beltran is the leader at 352. Number 2 is Miguel Tejada at 350. Hunter Pence is 4th, and Brad Hoff of the Rockies at 3rd place at 348.
Some pretty big numbers here 2 months into the season.
Albert Pujols fifth. Hunter measures his lead with Carlos Lee, the batter. Carlos singled up the middle in the first inning. And Hunter's drawing a lot of attention tonight from Aaron Cook.
Cook, he's trying to keep the double play in order and realizing that the Astros may want to try to start a base runner just to stay out of the double plays. Having a game similar to Mike Hampton yesterday, getting a lot of ground balls.
It's interesting to watch Cook with the way he delivers. It seems like he has kind of a hitch with that front leg. Strike one to Lee.
He got a little hitch in his giddy up?
Yeah, a little bit. When he brings the foot down, let's check him out. He gets ready to thrust toward the plate. Close pitch taken for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Doesn't look completely smooth, but he's been effective in his career. It's interesting to see the various styles, how guys make them work.
And he's going to hasten his delivery with Hunter over there at first base. A little toe tap that time.
Yeah.
I don't think he did that on the previous pitch. That's Robbie Nen used to do that. It's a timing mechanism to make sure you stay back.
In the game here in 07, when Biggio got hit number 3,000, Cook will be remembered for giving up that third hit in the game by Biggio, but he only gave up 1 run in 7 innings. And he left with the score tied 1-1. The Astros won it in the 11th, 8-5, on a Carlos Lee homer. A look toward first base, using various techniques to keep Hunter from stealing here.
That's likely being called from the bench too. Step off, throw over, step off and hold. Trying to take the base runner out of his rhythm.
2-2.
Manager's got to be careful. Sometimes you get so obsessed with defending the running game, you take the pitcher out of his rhythm. He's just trying to work to the hitter.
Punch foul by Lee. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carlos. Brewers lead the Marlins at Florida 4-2. They're in the top of the 6th inning. Jeff Supine going from Milwaukee. Andrew Miller started for Florida. Lasted 4 1/3. Brewers had a big weekend of it at home against Cincinnati and swept that series. They're in first place by 1 over St. Louis. Cincinnati's 3.5 back. Hunter has drawn a whole lot of attention. First of an 11-game homestand for the Astros, who are 9-15 in their home ballpark this year. Flared to right. Hunter's going to go to third. And Hawk with a throw, not in time. First and third, nobody out. Hunter read that ball perfectly. And he was saying before the game tonight, sometimes I'm overly aggressive on the bases, but that worked really well.
Yeah, that time soft line drive into right field. Got a good read, a good break, able to get to third base with nobody out. The old adage is you don't want to make the first or third out at third base, but you don't want to get too conservative on the bases, and see he makes it easily. Slide, 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 sees a swing, realizes it's going to drop, and off to the races he goes.
Hoff has a very good arm. Can't beat the throw, and now it's Lance Berkman. First and third, nobody out. He had the RBI single in the first inning. strike one to Lance. The splits on Aaron Cook are not really that much different. Left-handed hitters versus right-handed hitters against him. Just about the same. High, and that makes it 1-1 strike.
And maybe by design, some people like to pitch Lance up above the hands. Pretty good low ball hitter because he stays through the ball so well. Try to jerk that pitch, it's moving down and away from him.
Left-handed hitter sitting a few points higher. Berkman is 7 for 18 against him. Over shortstop, into left center. Seth Smith with the catch. Here's Hunter Pence coming home. Throw to the plate, cut off, and it's 2-0 on a sac fly by Berkman. He's driven in both, and that gives him 31 runs batted in.
For all his struggles, Lance leading the club in runs driven in. A couple opportunities now down in the 5-hole. Pence and Lee both reaching in front of him, both trips tonight. Again, I'm not sure by design or not, but Cook has been up more in this inning than he has been all night.
And sliding home with run number 2. Pudge Rodriguez hit the first pitch on the ground to shortstop. His first time up. He needs to catch only 11 more games to become the all-time games caught leader in Major League history. And there's ball 1. So he can't make it on this homestand. But he's determined to make it, and is talking about wanting to play another 2 to 3 years. I have to go back and check, but when Carlton Fisk passed Bob Boone, he caught 1 game more than Boone. My recollection, he wasn't catching a whole lot at that point. He was just staying around to get the record. And he may have had other motivations as well. Other than that,
yeah, played a fair bit of left field.
Yeah.
DH, because I remember Fisk, when he played, he had the reputation of just being painfully slow, everything he did. And when he was behind the plate, he'd stand up and put the mask on top of his head. And he followed baseball for years. You could kind of see that pose of Fisk standing there, walking out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. And then when he went to left field, it was, oh my goodness, there'd be 1 out in the inning by the time he got back to the dugout.
Fouled away, and ironically, when Pudge Fisk broke the record for games caught, Pudge Rodriguez was in his 2nd year and was in the lineup that day for the Rangers. .301 career hitter, 300 homers for Pudge Rodriguez. Kepinger's on deck. Cook gets a strikeout. That's out number 2. Second strikeout for Cook. Now it's Keppinger.
Thrown quite as many sinkers as he did at the outset. This one he was right by Pudge.
Keppinger grounded out the shortstop in the 2nd inning. Edwin Masonette's on deck. There's ball 1. Just about this time of night, it gets really nice out. The sun has dropped pretty low. Temperature is just about perfect, partly cloudy. Beautiful views out there.
Pudge Fisk did not play as much left field as I thought. 41 games. Played some first base, and he played 4 games at third base.
Now the Matt Wieters era has started over the weekend in Baltimore. He's Johnny Bench size. Rolled to third base slowly and foul. 2. He accounted for a huge surge in ticket sales. He made his major league debut a few days ago in Baltimore. And Wieters had tremendous numbers last year in the minor leagues. It'll be interesting to see if he is able to take his place one day as one of the great catchers in the game. One and 2 to Keppinger.
6'5", 230 is Matt Wieters. That's a big backstop.
Yes, it is. Terry Crowley's a hitting coach for the Orioles. He's been asked about comparisons with Bench. He doesn't want to get into that yet. Grounded to Tulowitzki. He gets it to Farmas for the third out. 1 run, 2 hits, and a man left. And after 4, it's 2-0 Astros. Brought to you by AT&T, by Dodge, and by Southwest Airlines. The bayous around downtown Houston. Nightfall. It's a pretty time of the evening here. And Roy Oswalt has a 2-0 lead as he begins the 5th inning of work. It'll be to the top of the order. Ryan Spilborghs to lead it off. Spilborghs is 0 for 2. Took the ball in the air twice. And he gets strike 1. Well, the Reds were pretty pumped after sweeping the Astros in Cincinnati and embarking on that road trip to Milwaukee and St. Louis. Fouled away. They were swept in Milwaukee over the weekend, and they have fallen behind St. Louis 2-0 in the top of the 4th. Edinson Volquez went 1 inning as the starter, coming out of the game after 1.
Back must have flared up again.
Yeah. Line drive right field. Hunter Pence running in for the catch. Good jump. Let's go to Patty Smith now.
All right, time for our progressive fan of the game, and this one is a pretty interesting little tie. This is Holly Wright, who's an All-American basketball player at Rice University, and big Rice fan, and her Rice Owls are overplaying across town and doing quite well, mind you. But she chose to be here at the Astros game instead of Rice. That's a true fan, Holly.
Yes, it is. I felt like I needed to be here for the Astros. We're in a little slump right now, but we're going to bring it out tonight, I think.
And she is wearing her Lance Berkman fellow Rice alum T-shirt, so you're out here supporting Lance, and he's also starting to pick it up a little bit. What's your assessment on Lance?
I think, Lance, he's obviously a player. He's going to bring it. It's just taking him a little time, but he's always been one who finishes in the end, and I've got high hopes for him. He's a good guy.
And that is why Holly Wright is our progressive fan of the game. And for that, Holly, you get all this great progressive stuff. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say hi to Zach and Kelly at home. And hi, Jim DeShays.
Oh, JD.
Holly.
You got a fan. Not just a fan.
We coached basketball against each other.
Oh.
You know her?
Back in the Woodlands. Oh, yeah.
Rivalry going.
This does not seem random.
No, it's supposed to be a random interview, Patty, but
I didn't coach her, though.
2 balls, no strikes.
No,
1-1 to Todd Helton. But while she was doing that interview and talking about Lance, he made a very nice play, digging that Miguel Tejada throw out of the dirt on Farmers. High drive right field. Hunter Pence checks the walls. He goes back all the way and then to his right and then leaps, but cannot make the catch on a Helton home run. Number 7 of the year for Helton. And that brings the Rockies to within 1 at 2-1. Helton's second career homer off Oswalt. The Rockies are on the board with hit number 6.
Coincidentally, my Roy Oswalt, the Wizard bobblehead, just fell down. How ironic. Home run number 12 allowed by Roy, who's allowed home runs in every start but 1. Is that right? No, that's not right. I'm looking at the wrong column. But in most starts, all but 3 now, he's been touched for a long ball. We'll see where it goes. Trying to get in on him and just drifted over the middle. Roy pointing up as if there were going to be a play on it. That's that hopeful move you make as a pitcher. When the ball's hitting the air like that, you're hoping it's going to stay in the yard.
Okay.
You just point up, there it is, we got it.
Well, Hunter with a game effort. Garrett Atkins is 1 for 2. He singled to right in the 3rd. Fastball in tight. Makes it 2 balls, no strikes. Roy had not given up a homer in either of his last 2 starts. Slider works for strike 1. And Helton now with 7 homers this season has 34 runs batted in. It's 3-1. Roy is 1-1 here at Minute Maid Park this season with a 4.02 ERA in 5 starts. He's really dominated in this ballpark. Strike makes it 3-2 now with Brad Hopp on deck. Roy did not pitch in Colorado when the Astros were there for that series. And he loses Atkins. There's a 2-out walk, bringing up Hopp. Second walk of the night for the Wizard. Hopp has struck out and fly to center.
And this is, it's been situations like this year that have gotten away from Roy. He's given up the home run, now walk. So you just got to take a step back and pitch your way out of trouble. Don't get too aggressive and just start humping that fastball up there. Make sure you try to hit some spots and mix in your breaking stuff.
Ball 1 to Hopp. Hopp has a .624 slugging percentage. That's good for 4th in the National League. Game 1 of the series, when the Astros were in Colorado, he had a breakout game, 4 for 4 with a homer and 5 runs batted in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brad was born in Fort Worth. Part of the state championship team at Boswell High School, then on to LSU, and MVP of the 2000 College World Series championship team. 1,000, and it's 1-2.
Wasn't he a pretty good prep quarterback as well?
Not sure.
Maybe I'm thinking of Holiday. One of those guys.
Holiday, I think, was, yeah. Hopp was drafted out of high school as a pitcher. Now 29 from Fort Worth. But then in college at LSU and minor leagues, he was a first baseman. Later moved to the outfield. You can see from the arm that he threw the ball hard as a pitcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colby Rasmus hit his 6th home run of the year tonight in that St. Louis Cincinnati game. Cardinals 2, Reds nothing, top of the 4th. Curveball struck him out, and Oswalt gets number 6. Helton's home run gets the Rockies on the board. It's 2-1 Astros in the 5th. fifth inning. Edwin Masonette leads it off. He grounded a shortstop earlier. He takes that one, and it's ball one with Roy Oswalt on deck. Michael Bourne due to bat third in the home fifth inning. Cook delivers a strike. It's 1-1. The Astros' number 8 hitters have put together a 7-game hitting streak dating back to a week ago yesterday. 15 for 24 during those 7 games. It's 2-1. Masonette a big part of that. He's had a chance to settle in now with a few starts. He's made some good plays at second base. Giving the chance every young man hopes for when he thinks about playing Major League Baseball. Bouncer up the middle. Tulowitzki from behind second unloads and makes a sparkling play, his second of the night, to get Masonette.
Yeah, it's enough with Tulowitzki. You're going to try somebody else. My goodness.
Let's try Patty Smith.
All right, hey Astro fans, here's your chance to meet a Houston Astro and become the ultimate Whataburger Whata fan. Just come on out Wednesday, June 3rd for an autograph session with Astros pitcher Doug Brocail and Junction Jack at the Whataburger in Pearland from 11 to 12. While there, you can sign up to be the ultimate Whataburger Whata fan and have a chance to win 2 sweet tickets for the Astros and Reds game on September 26th. Plus, be on the field for batting practice and throw out the first pitch. Don't miss this chance to meet one of your Houston Astros at Whataburger, guys.
Thanks, Patty. Roy Oswalt looks at strike one. Tomorrow, Astros Play Green ambassador Hunter Pence will meet with some Cinco Ranch High School students. They were selected as the greenest classroom in an online contest. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's 2-1 for Aaron Cook. Rocky starting pitchers have 15 wins, 20 losses, a 4.64 ERA.
Just contemplating that play Tulowitzki made. Think about the shortstop we've seen played recently. Jack Wilson over the weekend in Cincinnati. Elvis Andrews for the Rangers when they were in town. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yes, it has been. Strike makes it 3-2. There are some outstanding shortstops in the majors right now. Tap foul. The Rockies with Aaron Cook as their opening day starter. Followed him in the rotation with Ubaldo Jimenez. And it was lefty Franklin Morales, who's hurt right now. Jason Marquis. Jorge De La Rosa. De La Rosa pitched yesterday and took the loss.
Jason Marquis leads the league in wins.
His name is being circulated about in trade rumors now in the media.
So is Roy Oswalt. The Phillies apparently have interest in Roy. The White Sox apparently have been on Roy.
Must be June, JD.
Yeah.
Roy has a no trade clause. He would have to approve any deal. Still 3-2. Torrealba goes out to try to figure out how to finish off the Astros pitcher. Jake Peavy nixed the deal to the White Sox. And now rumors are going to circulate about him because the Phillies have lost Brett Myers, so they're going to be involved in a lot of rumors about acquiring pitching. Bouncer in the hole at short. Tulowitzki does not make the clean pickup. Edwin Masonette can't buy a hit, hitting the ball to Tulowitzki, but Oswalt reaches.
Tulowitzki's had plenty of action here tonight. He's only made 2 errors. And so far this year, .998 fielding percentage, tops in the league coming into play tonight.
That's a hit for Roy. Number 3 of the year. Mike Hampton is quaking in his boots. Michael Bourne is 1 for 2. Hampy has 7 hits now, 19 at bats for a .368 average. Michael opened the game offensively for the Astros in the bottom of the first with a single, then he struck out.
The problem the Phillies have in trying to get some of these pitchers over there who have no trade clauses. If I'm a pitcher, I wouldn't mind pitching for that lineup. You get plenty of run support, but I'm not so sure I'd want to pitch in that home ballpark.
Good point.
Everyone's looking for a great deal these days, and the Astros have your ticket with our Price Matters Days presented by HEB. 10 seasons here at Minute Maid Park, so we've selected 10 games where you could score a ticket, a dog, chips, and a soda for just $10. Ooh, man, what a deal. Next Price Matters Day is Thursday. By golly, that's just a couple of days away. I suggest you make that phone call.
Time to get cracking. It's 2-0 to Michael Bourne.
It's the finale of this series, 4-game set here with the Rockies. Thursday night, Wandy Rodriguez, Jason Hamill will be on the bump.
Tulowitzki down on a knee, rifles it, and then it's relayed on by Clint Barmas for a 6-4-3 double play. After 5, Astros 2, Rockies 1.
For our Dodge Grab Life feature, here's Hunter Pence on his favorite video game.
Well, I just quit. Again, this is like my 3rd time to try to quit World of Warcraft. But I like World of Warcraft, I like Halo, and Madden football, NCAA football.
So see, guys, that's a far cry from Pong, Donkey Kong, and Pac-Man.
Yes, it is, Patty. Thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
You tried to quit and you couldn't?
Yeah,
it's an addiction, huh?
Yeah, that sounded a little scary.
Those youngsters might as well not try to quit eating ice cream. That'll never work.
Claire.
It's 2-1 now. The Astros lead it. 6th inning opens with Seth Smith, who's 2 for 2 against Roy Oswalt. Single to right, another single to center for Smith. And the curve misses. Ball 1 with Tulowitzki and Torrealba to follow.
83 pitches for Roy so far. Not a lot, but he's had a base runner, at least a base runner in every inning. And just ran hard down the first baseline on that infield hit. It's a muggy night here. So this is the time where the conditioning starts to pay off, all that off-season work and the work you continue to do in season, lifting and running.
Fastball zips over the inside corner. That makes it 2-1. Roy's career ERA against the Rockies at 1.84 is the lowest of any pitcher all time against Colorado with 50 innings or more. Headed for right center field, Michael Bourne has plenty of time to get there. 1 out. Now Tulowitzki. Jose Valverde threw a light bullpen session today. First time he's done that since he went on the DL. Threw about 25 pitches without any problems. He'll try again on Wednesday. Jeff Geary will throw a simulated game Tuesday afternoon, 2 innings. He did that on Sunday. Tulowitzki popped short, struck out looking, fouls it back, strike 1.
Tulowitzki, a very aggressive hitter.
It's 1-1. Sean Berry is going to resume a full schedule, but ease himself back in. He can't throw BP yet. No 12-hour days. He'll be traveling on the next road trip. It's good news. No red meat, no Advil for Sean. He's very appreciative of all the support he received from everybody. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and absolutely sick of watching us on TV, JD.
Yeah, he's tired of watching on TV and want to get back into the action. And the hitters have responded in a big way tonight. Put 2 runs on the board. Come on, you got to get some more for Sean.
Gets away a little bit, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And well, we're happy to have everybody watching in HD tonight. We hope you have HD. Much better with HD. Popped up, Keppinger in. Patty Smith, however, still does not have HD. 2 down, and it's Torrealba. Patty,
I have HD.
You do?
Yes, I told you I just don't have it beyond the main room TV.
Oh.
You, however, were the one that is not up to speed. No TiVo.
That's true. Got me on that one.
You shamed me into HD and then admitted you did not have TiVo.
Well, some of the
all in the same show that you're throwing out a Pac-Man up there, guys. I'm starting to question the business.
Fly ball by Torrealba, and Michael Bourne brings in that Torrealba drive on a warning track. In the 6th inning, the Rockies are down 1-2-3. It's 2-1 Astros. Slide 6th inning. Let's check out the freeze cam. Showing you Lance Berkman. Swing right on it. Line shot past Tulowitzki. Hunter Pence coming around to score. Carlos Lee trying to go first to third. And as we freeze it, he is out at third base on the throw from Ryan Spilborghs. Frost brewed, Coors Light, freeze cam.
And the Astros clinging to this 1-run lead. Just hope that those base running mistakes in the first are telling a bigger part of the story.
Miguel Tejada's 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. He lays off. Ball 1 for Aaron Cook. That was pitch number 83 for Cook. Oswalt has thrown 92 pitches through 6. Fouled away, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Astros are struggling to score runs here at home this season, where the record is 9-15. They've scored 97 runs in 24 games.
You have to give a slight edge to the Rockies with the wind blowing out the way it is right now. just given that Cook is an extreme ground ball pitcher, or at least was in the early stages of this game. But it looks like anything up in the air to left is going to carry pretty good here.
Yeah. Miguel Tejada and Hunter Pence have combined for 80 hits this year. Most hits by teammates in the National League. And another one as Tejada extends his hitting streak to 15 games. A leadoff single here in the home sixth inning.
Well, the middle of the order has been very good tonight. Hunter 1 for 1 plus a walk. Carlos 2 for 2. Lance 1 for 1 plus a sacrifice fly. He's driven in both runs. So an opportunity with Mickey reaching to pad this lead a little bit.
Hunter Pence has been a big part of things tonight. He has scored both the runs in this game after a 2-out walk in the first, a leadoff single in the fourth.
I speculated that it was the bat for Edinson Volquez because that's why he had been on the DL, but he left that game with numbness in his pinky and ring finger of his pitching hand.
Strike one to Pence.
Edinson Volquez will be evaluated in Cincinnati by team doctor Timothy Punchette. That's not good news for the Redlegs.
Could be a major blow, and Homer Bailey was just up for a start and was sent back to AAA Louisville. It's not going well for him at the major league level. Up the right field line toward the corner, it's slicing, and a foul ball.
Toss it up there in the Hunter's lodge.
What's on tap with the Astros is brought to you by Bud Light, showing you Ubaldo Jimenez and Felipe Paulino tomorrow night. Jason Marquis and Brian Bowler Wednesday night. Jason Hamill and Wandy Rodriguez Thursday night. All the games on FS Houston. Aaron Cook with a visit from his battery mate, Torrealba, has an 0-2 count on Hunter. The Astros hit .288 in May. That was tops in the majors and set a new club record. They didn't seem to put the hits together enough to score runs to any great extent. Cook has given up 7 hits, 2 runs so far. This one gets away. Tejada was ready to move, and he gets to second base.
Well, 2 strikes. I'm sure Aaron Cook thinking, well, if I'm going to miss, I want to make sure I miss down. To that end, he was successful, but Torrealba not able to control that one, and it kicks away, and it's a big 90 feet for Tejada.
1-2 count now with Miggy at second base. Cook had 1, 2, 3 innings in the second and third. Bouncer to short. Tejada takes off for third. Tulowitzki guns to first, and good base running, both advancing on the wild pitch and taking off immediately on that grounder to shortstop. Now he's at third with 1 out for Lee.
We'll see how Jim Tracy decides to play it. Likely will pull that infield in.
Carlos has 2 singles tonight. The first one went to center, the second one to right. Another one of those, and it's 3-1. Line drive left field. Wixom left a 2-run line drive homer for Carlos Lee, and it's 4-1. That breaks the RBI drought. He'd gone 13 games without driving one in. That's home run number 9, giving him 31 runs batted in.
Well, that's one way to make amends for the base running mistake. Just hit the ball out of the ballpark with a man aboard and just had that lead by a couple. Got a feeling he was looking for it. The infield pulled in. Aaron Cook, a ground ball pitcher. Carlos probably thinking he's going to try to throw that sinker. I'm going to go down there and get it. Got the low ball in the air.
First home run for Carlos since May 16th at Chicago. 52 at bats between homers. That's a big one, making it a 3-run lead. And Lance Berkman next. Ball one. He has an RBI single and a sac fly.
It's a sinker down, and he just went down and lifted it.
Berkman takes. The count is even at 1-1.
Good fans out there in the Crawford boxes.
Yeah.
That was excited that Carlos hit the home run and not even disappointed that he failed to make the play.
Bouncer short. Tulowitzki. 2 outs. He's had more than 200 total chances this year. JD talked about his high fielding percentage. He's made only 2 errors. Leading some levity on the bench. It's the Astros' 41st long ball of the year. They've been out homered by their opponents 56-41, 57-41 now. Pudge Rodriguez, a ground out and a strikeout, up for the 3rd time. Oakland and the White Sox tied 2-2 after 6 in Chicago. Upstairs for ball one on Pudge.
If you are a fantasy player and you've got Grady Sizemore in your club, you might need to find a replacement for him.
Oh yeah, he's hurt
on the DL, and he may need elbow surgery.
Into right field, a Pudge Rodriguez single here in the 6th inning, hit number 3 of the frame.
Pudge goes the other way well, pulls the hands in and just shoots it to right field.
Carlos Lee's homer leaves him 10 away from 300 for his career. 290 for Carlos. Kepinger's 0 for 2. Keppinger looks at ball one. Reds got 3 in the top of the 4th at St. Louis to lead 3-2 now over the Redbirds. Phillies and San Diego later. Arizona and the Dodgers later. Tulowitzki at short. Gets the forced play at second on Pudge. And the Astros come away with 2 runs on 3 hits and a man left. El Caballo going deep for number 9 to make it 4-1 Astros. Fox Sports Houston is brought to you by the MD Anderson Cancer Center, by Steel, and by TxDOT. Click it or ticket. 4-1 Astros tonight. And here in downtown Houston, things going very well for the home team. Roy Oswalt on the mound, opening the 7th inning against a pinch hitter, Matt Merton, batting for Aaron Cook. Cook in 6 innings allowed the Astros 9 hits, 4 runs. He had 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Merton, a .263 hitter with a homer, has 4 runs batted in. And he looks at ball 1. Merton's had 38 at bats with 10 hits as a Rocky. He's 2 for 8 pinch hitting with an RBI. Aaron Cook finished for the evening. The Astros have never handed him a loss. He threw 98 pitches, 62 of them strikes in 6 innings with those numbers. 2 balls, no strikes. Oswalt's thrown 94 pitches. Bouncer over the mound. Masonette in. And he gets it. 1 down.
Yeah, difficult play. And, he had a little trouble getting a handle there, but did a nice job recovering and getting that throw off.
Got Merton by a whisker at first. Stayed with it, got the out. A little recoil there as he tried to get a grip on that baseball. There's strike 1 to Spilborghs. Spilborghs is 0 for 3. Both bullpens getting busy now. Nobody throwing yet for Houston, but there's some stirring out there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oswalt due up second in the bottom of the inning. The Astros bullpen pretty well rested right now. It's 1-2 to Spilborghs.
There's Josh Fogg, recently recalled, the veteran, working out of the Rockies bullpen now.
Curveball struck him out. That's number 7.
Continues to baffle these Rocky hitters. A mix of fastballs and curveballs for the strikeout pitch tonight. A good slow hook there. Follow the Astros on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com. At Bat 2009 features play-by-play, video highlights, live audio broadcasts. You can find it at Astros.com. On your iPhone or iPod Touch.
Barmas with a foul bunt. Yeah, that's a good deal. Check it out if you're not aware of it. These fans enjoying the evening. Roy has 7 strikeouts for the 3rd time in his last 4 starts now. Struck out 7 Cubs in 6 innings and 7 Brewers in 6 1/3. And he's 0-2 on Barmas on the slider. Barmas doubled to left field in the 1st. Got an infield hit to shortstop in the 3rd. It was at that point that Oswalt got Hoff with runners at 1st and 3rd in that 3rd inning to maintain a 1-0 lead. And the fastball gets him strikeout number 8 for a new high in 09. Astros 4, Rockies 1. showing you the evening for Roy Oswalt. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run allowed. He has walked 2 and fanned 8. And Carlos Lee with a 2-run homer in the 6th inning made it 4-1. His first home run in 14 games. Todd Helton with a solo homer in the 5th that made it 2-1 Astros. At that point, Miguel Tejada has extended his hitting streak to 15 games with a 6th inning single. He's 1 for 3. That gets you up to date. And now it's Josh Fogg coming out of the bullpen for the Rockies.
Yeah, the veteran has appeared in just 3 games since being called up. 4 1/3 innings of work. He's always pretty good at changing speeds, keeping the ball down, not overpowering. To cut his fastball, good straight changeup.
Edwin Masonette leads off and looks at a breaking pitch for ball 1. Darren Erstad is on deck, getting ready to pinch hit for Roy Oswalt, who's retired 7 in a row now. Astros bullpen busy as that ball is fouled away, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
7 innings, 1 earned run for Roy. It must be June.
Yeah, Chris Sampson's warming up for Houston. Just amazing what he's done from June 1st on in his career. 96 and 34.
Yeah, you know, I knew he's been a second half pitcher in his career. I didn't know to this extreme. I wasn't aware of it until looking at these numbers recently.
Yeah, he's not struck us that way over the years as the seasons have progressed. But that's pretty dramatic. 24,016 the paid attendance tonight. Erstad gets a look at Fogg. Fly ball right field. Brad Hawk. 1 down. Firestone in-game box score. We'll show you the breakdown on the hits. Michael Bourne, Miguel Tejada, Hunter Pence, each with 1. Carlos Lee 3 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Berkman, Rodriguez, and Oswalt round out the hit for the Astros. They have 9. Rockies have 6. Here's Erstad pinch hitting now for Oswalt. Erstad, a 143 hitter, has 7 hits and 49 at bats. No homers, 3 runs batted in. As a pinch hitter, 4 for 21. He's driven in 3. Takes that one for strike 1.
Darren with a bid for a pinch hit base hit the other day in Pittsburgh, and Nigel Morgan came in and made a real nice diving catch on him. And Darren obviously frustrated, not getting a lot of playing time. Need something good to happen. He's such a professional, and he works so hard at it.
So a frustrating year for Astros pinch hitters as a group. 9 hits and 68 at bats, no homers, 5 runs batted in. But that is the nature of pinch hitting. 1-2 the count. Broken bat roller. Fogg is there. 2 down. Our power play is brought to you by Reliant Energy. And let's see Roy Oswalt. June 1st on in his career. 8 strikeouts tonight. Putting on another push maybe. The Astros are hoping this is the start of something big. 8 strikeouts, season high for Roy. Just 1 run allowed. Rockies left 7 men on base in his 7 innings, so he did some fine work with men on base. Michael Bourne takes strike 1. Michael 1 for 3 tonight. In the 8th inning, Helton, Atkins, and Haupt are due up for the Rockies. Bourne, came up and got him. Yeah. Very bad spot.
Yeah, and you heard the whole crowd ooh.
Assistant athletic trainer Rex Jones comes out, but there's not going to be a whole lot he can do for this injury.
Just provide some company and give him some time to get through it.
Oh boy. This is not going to be pretty, but here it is.
Turn away, folks. Yeah. You know, and I played with some guys that wouldn't wear a protective cup, which is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, that is bordering on insanity. Josh Fogg walks around. It's going to be a while. And why shouldn't it be? Now, since we have a moment, let's get to our Jack in the Box standings, showing you Michael Bourne with 16 steals and Matt Kemp is second, tied with Willie Taveras. And David Wright is up there with 12.
It's been a tough night for Michael. He singled in his first plate appearance tonight, but he failed to advance on a passed ball and just lost sight of the ball, I guess, and then tried to make amends by stealing second, but Torrealba caught him, and it's the first man that Torrealba has thrown out this year. His next at bat, he struck out, and then in the fifth, he grounded into a double play. The first time he's done that all year. And now to add injury to insult.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh boy.
Cut the guy a break.
And now he's back in there with an 0-2 count. 2 outs in the inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Josh Fogg was with Cincinnati last year. He's been primarily a starting pitcher in his career, 32 years old. Now it's 2-2.
He's been a bit of a survivor, if you think about it, because 2-3 years ago, he really scuffled and looked like he might be done.
And an ERA of over 5 in 05.
There's that good changeup.
And he has a 1-2-3-7. Astros leading at 4-1 after 7. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. It's 4-1. The Astros lead it. Chris Sampson comes in for the 8th inning, and he has been the 8th inning man for the Astros. 3-run lead after Roy Oswalt threw 102 pitches, 70 of them strikes. Sampson facing Todd Helton. He hit a home run in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Sampson delivers ball 1 low. Chris, in the 2-1 win yesterday, worked a hitless inning in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I worked twice on the road trip. Also threw an inning a few days ago in Cincinnati. Not as effective in that game. A couple hits in the run, but very good yesterday.
Berkman crossing to him. 1 out. It was on such a play. And Berkman on a much more difficult play on a grounder tossed to Sampson. And Sampson hurt his right hip early in the season. He's been pitching with a slight tear in the labrum area of the hip.
Lance got hurt a little bit on that play.
Looked like he might have had a little problem.
Chris stopped to check with him. And he gets a lot of those ground balls. The first gets those left-handed hitters to roll over on it.
He might have been grimacing a little bit. Fouled by Garrett Atkins. There's strike one to Atkins. He has a single and a walk tonight in 3 trips. Lance appears to be walking a little gingerly there at first base. Sampson has the lowest ERA on the Astros club. Not that that in itself will tell you about an 8th inning guy. No balls, 2 strikes, but a lot of times he comes in real jams with men on base. And it's the runners inherited who are very, very vital. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's fit very nicely into this role and has a couple of saves as well as 6 holds this year. His career as a reliever, he's 5-1 with a 2.81 ERA. Alan Embry, the lefty, is warming up for the Rockies. Wide of third. Still 1-2. Sampson got a hold in a game in Colorado May 14th, coming in with a 5-3 lead in the 8th inning. Pitched a hitless frame. Troy Hawkins followed Sampson to the mound yesterday in the 2-1 Houston win. Hawkins got save number 6. To shallow right field. Berkman there. 2 outs. Be nice to see Lance hit a couple of home runs on this homestand and get to 300 for his career. Do it in front of the home fans. Nice long homestand of 10 games starting tonight.
Oh yeah, he'll have that before the Cubs come to town.
Okay, we'll take you on that one. You had a called shot just a couple of days ago. Brad Hawpe is 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Laces that one into right center field. Michael Bourne coming over, and Hawpe is on with a 2-out single. He's having a very fine year. He reaches for Seth Smith. Smith 2 for 3 as Embry warms up. The Astros have Tejada, Pence, and Lee due up in the bottom of the 8th. The Astros bullpen has worked 163 innings this year. Only 3 teams have pitched more in the National League. Sampson started a game against Josh Fogg here in June of 07. Now they're both pitching in relief. And there's strike 1. And Chris has been an effective starter in his major league opportunities, but this would seem to be his future.
Yeah, his numbers as a reliever much better than as a starter, especially last year.
1-1. Well, the Astros trying to patch things together with the bullpen injuries they've had, without Doug Brocail, without Jeff Geary, without Jose Valverde. Line drive to right, a hit in front of Hunter Pence. Hawpe takes the turn, holding on at second base. Smith gets his 3rd single of the night. And Tulowitzki comes up, representing the potential tying run in this 4-1 game.
And Tulowitzki not hitting for much of an average, just 222, 0 for 3 here tonight. A couple of pop-ups and a punch-out. But he does have a little pop. He's hit 5 home runs.
When the Astros have the lead after 7 innings this season, their record is 18-1. Jorvik Torrealba's on deck. And strike 1 to Tulowitzki.
Now right there is the reason why Tulowitzki's only hitting 222. He's just too willing to offer at a pitcher's pitch.
It's 1-1. The Pirates came back with 5 in the bottom of the 8th and beat the Mets 8-5.
Get this ball down around the knees. Stumble on the hill. Tulowitzki in 2007, his rookie year, 24 home runs, 99 RBIs, hit 291 that year. And looked like, well, this kid's one of those guys that's going to come to the big leagues, have it all figured out, and never regress. But that has not been the case.
0.75 with men in scoring position this year. 2-2.
24 years of age. So if I'm an investor, I'm pretty bullish on Tulowitzki. I think he'll end up being a good big league player for a long time.
Yeah. Just a little bump in the road early in the career. Liner to short. Tejada makes the grab. 4 out, number 3. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. And the Rockies continue to strand base runners. They have left 9 in this 4-1 game.
Minute Maid Park this season, and to honor some of the great moments in the ballpark, we present the 10-year bracket challenge. Go to Astros.com to cast your vote today to pick the top moment in Minute Maid Park history, guys.
What'll it be? Well, there's the ongoing vote. You can have your say in it. Darryl Kyle, who can forget his no-hitter in the Astrodome? All the great games he pitched here. That's one of the choices. It's 4-1 Astros. Alan Embry comes in, left-handed reliever, to face 3 right-handed hitters in a row here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tejada, Pence, and Lee. Embry with a 1-2 record has an ERA of 7.07.
Alan Embry, 39 years of age now. He's been at this for about 15 years. Doing too well this year. In 21 games has an ERA of 7.07. A couple of long balls, a 3.05 batting average. And just 14 innings of work, so a couple of rough outings can really inflate that ERA. And you've only worked 14 innings. Fastballs primarily. Mix in some sliders, the occasional curve, but mostly hard stuff.
Miguel Tejada's 1 for 3. He extended his hitting streak to 15 games with a 6th inning single to left and came around to score on a Carlos Lee homer. Embry leaves it up, and it's ball 1. Josh Fogg had a 1-2-3 7th with 1 strikeout. Embry did not pitch in the previous series against San Diego. Gave up 5 runs in 2 outings during the Dodgers series. Yeah, he did pitch once in that series, 1 scoreless inning on Saturday against San Diego. Line drive left, in for a hit for Tejada. He continues to just collect hits right and left, and he's 2 for 4 tonight after a marvelous month of May in which he hit .380. He's off to a very nice start in June as well.
And Embry, the hard-throwing lefty, tries to get in there on him, tries to get into his kitchen, and Miggy's just not going to let him in.
Tejada on. Hunter Pence behind him. Hunter has scored twice tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Embry's faced more right-handed batters than lefties so far this year. In tight for ball 1. The Astros try to go to 22-7 against the Rockies here at Minute Maid Park. This game 1 of a 4-game set. Tomorrow night, it's Felipe Paulino and Ubaldo Jimenez.
There'll be the hitters they call good fastballs. They call them noise now. It'll be very noisy here tomorrow night. With Jimenez, who can rush it up there around 100 miles an hour, and Paulino, who's been known to touch triple digits himself.
That might sound about like a NASCAR race around home plate tomorrow night with all that noise and the ball cutting through the air. Carlos Lee on deck. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Two and 1. Reds lead the Cardinals 4-2 at St. Louis in the top of the 7th inning. And it's Berkman. Good bat in this inning. The Astros will have to avoid hitting into a double play here. It's 2-2. Peralta warming up in the bullpen right now for the Rockies. He pitched in yesterday's game. This Rocky bullpen is 1-5, losing 9 with a 5.38 ERA. Joel Peralta at work. He threw 24 pitches yesterday. It's 3-2, and that would be one of the differences for Hunter Pence in 09 compared to previous seasons. A lot of favorable counts for Hunter. He walked on a 3-2 pitch in the first inning, hit a 3-1 pitch for a single to center field in the 4th. He was at 1-2 in the count when he grounded out in the 6th inning, so he's seen a lot of pitches tonight. How is going and is fouled away.
Yeah, 3-2 and looking for ball 4 or contact, hoping to stay out of the double play, and on the move he's going to have a real good chance to score on a double. And the challenge for the hitter, of course, is with that base runner moving not to get too jumpy and go out of the zone. That's the biggest difference between Hunter this year and last, is that it's the recognition of what pitchers are trying to do.
Out it takes off again, and it's a swing and a miss. A throw from Torrealba there, and the tag by Tulowitzki for a double play. Strikeout and a 2-6 caught stealing. The Chivas Regal replay shows you a different kind of moment in this game. Not a double play, but a Carlos Lee 2-run homer. He lifts a low pitch for a line drive 2-run shot to the Landry's Crawford boxes. Now as he comes up here in the 8th inning, he's 3 for 3 with that homer and 2 runs batted in tonight. Ended the second longest home run drought of his career earlier. Not that home runs are the only way to measure a cleanup hitter. With ball 1. Florida leads Milwaukee 7-4. That is now gone final. Marlins knock off the NL Central's first place team 7-4. Landshark Stadium. 2 balls, no strikes. And the Yankees beat Cleveland in Cleveland 5-2. That game has gone final. Victor Martinez hit his 8th home run for the Tribe. It's 3-0 now to El Caballo. Oh, 2-1.
Carlos agrees with you, Brownie.
Yeah.
He thought this ball was low.
Gotta wait for Randy Marsh. He settled in. Then he signaled it. Three balls and a strike. The Astros were 1-5 on their last homestand, and then 2-4 on this road trip they concluded yesterday. The next day off will be next Monday, and the Cubs are here. Ball 4 to Carlos.
Pretty good night there, El Caballo.
Yeah.
3 for 3 plus a walk, 2-run homer. Bob Apodaca is the pitching coach for the Colorado Rockies.
Apodaca has watched 2 walks from his pitching staff tonight. Big double play on the strikeout throwout. But now it's Lance Berkman.
Embry, one of those guys who's always been blessed with that big left arm. So that mid-90s fastball. He's a power pitcher. Typically gets a lot of strikeouts. Not always has the best of command, and walks have been an issue for him throughout his career. But it's been a good long career. My goodness, broke in with Cleveland back in 1992.
39 years old. Allen's from Vancouver, Washington. Workman with an RBI single first time up, then a sac fly, then a ground out. Batting left. He's a right-handed batter. He takes strike 1. He gave up a first pitch home run to Carlos Lee in Colorado the 14th of May in his only appearance against the Astros prior to tonight this year. Shortstop Tulowitzki ties a club record for assists in one game for a Rocky shortstop. No runs a hit and a man left after 8. 4-1 Astros. Houston Astros baseball on Fox Sports Houston is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by your Texas Ford dealers, by the Progressive Insurance Group, and by Bush. Busy freeways in downtown Houston, Texas, but right here, people have watched a 4-1 game, getting a respite from that kind of traffic. And now, the Astros call to the bullpen is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, bringing in LaTroy Hawkins, who got save number 6 yesterday in Pittsburgh. In one inning, he allowed 1 hit, no runs. Didn't walk anybody. He fanned 2. And now he has the 3-run lead going to the 9th inning against the 8, 9, and 1 hitters.
And nice to have that breathing room as he tries to chase down save number 7 here tonight. He's 6 out of 8 with a 2.61 ERA. Just threw 13 pitches yesterday and worked 5 days prior in Cincinnati. And the only 2 times he's worked in the last 15 days. Should be pretty well rested, even though he worked yesterday.
Jorvit Torrealba takes strike 1. Torrealba's 0 for 2 with a walk.
Let me amend that. He worked against Texas here, so
yeah.
He worked on the 22nd and then on the 26th, so he had 3 days rest there, and then 5 days later was yesterday in Pittsburgh. So not a whole lot of work for the Hawk. Of course, Coach, it doesn't get a lot of work when you're enduring a 7-game losing streak.
That's the fortunes of a reliever, especially guys who pitch at the end of games.
Yeah. You try to hold them in reserve in case you have an opportunity to slam the door, and that's one of the challenges about managing the modern bullpen.
Back in April, he pitched on the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd. So that's the other way it could go. Roll count 1 and 2.
You won't complain because that kid from UT threw 13 innings of relief.
That was absolutely amazing.
And gee, hopefully his arm doesn't fall off.
Well, Houston Street happened to be walking into the ballpark today. We were talking about that. He was marveling about that performance.
I saw a story somewhere I was reading. A scout was talking about the kid from BC that apparently threw a bunch of pitches, and he said he feels like their organization is just going to back off the kid a little bit now in advance of the draft because of all the work.
Wow. That's a costly performance for him then. 2 and 2. The club record for the Astros for innings pitched in relief in one game. Dave Justy pitched 9 innings. May 30th, 1962 at Chicago in an 11-inning game.
I'll be the long man tonight. I can give you 13 if you need it.
And he had pitched the day before. Took him out. 1 out for the Hawks. Oh, Ian Stewart comes up.
Good hard slider. Downward tilt. Stewart corn here. Trying to get 3 outs with a 3-run lead.
Stewart, the pinch hitter. 182, 7 homers, 20 runs batted in. He's been playing second base quite a bit of the time against right-handed pitching. Former third baseman. And then strike 1 to Stewart. Stewart had a good first game of the series against the Astros in Colorado, May 12th, getting 2 home runs. One of them a grand slam. So he's 3 for 12 with 3 homers this season against the Astros and 7 runs batted in. He came back the next night and homered off Mike Hampton.
And his last 4 hits to Coors Field are all home runs. And that's the kind of guy. He only has 20 hits this year. 7 of them have been home runs.
2 outs. Now LaTroy Hawkins goes to the top of the order, and Ryan Spilborg, who is 0 for 4. Carlos Martinez, the winner for the Marlins in that 7-4 victory for Florida over the Brewers. Jorge Julio took the loss. Matt Lindstrom got save number 10. Fans have enjoyed the show tonight. They want to see an end to it. Astros leading 4-1. And that's strike 1.
Jeez, at the knees there, boy. Yeah, he's sharp.
Good way to start a homestand. And Roy Oswalt could get his second win tonight. Hawkins gets the comebacker, and that'll be it. As the Astros get win number 21 of the year. They win at 4-1. Hawkins getting the save. That's number 7 for him, and Oswalt goes to 2-2. The next Astros telecast comes your way tomorrow. It's game 2 of this series. Our coverage begins with Astros Live at 6:30 p.m.